In this lesson, we'll solve a literal equation for a specified variable, which basically means they're going to give us an equation and we need to isolate a variable that's not already isolated. So for instance here, if I'm trying to isolate x, I know that I'm trying to get x by itself. So the first thing I'm going to do is the easy stuff. This 42.7 is being added, which means I'm going to subtract it. So y minus 42.7 plus 3, equals 3 times the log of x. What else can I do before I do the tricky stuff? I've got this 3 out front. Let's divide everything by 3. So I have y minus 42.7 divided by 3 equals log of x. Now what? I'm trying to get this x by itself, but I've got a log in the way. It's a log base 10, so I'm going to take 10 to this power on each side, which means I have 10 to the y minus 42.7 over 3 equals x. That's as far as I'm going to be able to go. I'm solving for x. I've got x by itself. I'm not going to be able to actually find a solution unless I actually knew what y was, which is not what they're asking me to do. All they want me to do is to isolate x. Here's another question where again I'm trying to isolate x. Again, I've got a lot of variables happening here, but it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to solve to find any of the values of those variables. I'm just trying to get x by itself. So I will start by adding t to each side. I've got this 3 that I don't need to have with the e, so now I'm going to divide by 3 on each side. And again, personal preference, you can certainly take 4.2 divided by 3 and then take t divided by 3 separately. It doesn't matter. Now I'm trying to get rid of e so that I can get that x down to a level where I can work with it. So I'm going to take the natural log of each side. That gives me n times x equals the natural log of all of this. And then of course I'm trying to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by n. So I'm going to have x equals, and instead of writing all of that over n, I'll just put 1 over n. And then natural log of 4.2 plus t over 3. So this would be isolating x in that equation. Last one for you to try on your own, and then press play to check your work. This one I'm solving for k. So again, I'm going to start with the easy stuff. So t minus 78 equals 272 e to the negative kt. I'll divide by 272. And I can't work with k or t because they're exponents, so now I have to take the log of each side. In this case, it's going to be the natural log, because on the right side, the natural log and the e will cancel, and now I've got negative k times t. And on this side, I have the natural log of t minus 78 over 272. I'm trying to get k by itself, and so I'm going to divide by negative t. And again, it might be easier to write this as negative 1 over t rather than write the whole thing as a fraction, but again, personal preference. So I have t minus 78 over 272 equals k. That's my final answer. So that would be an exact answer for k.